And because there's so much space up here, you can always find a nice little nook, which I'm actually really enjoying. Or you can hear in the background the celebrations. Hello, I'm Jo. Now, it's been a tough few years for us all, but throw in my rapidly depleting hormones and you'll soon realise why John packs me off most weekends with a bottle of wine and sends me on my way. But apart from that, I'll take you on lots of adventures and journeys around the UK and Europe. So to join me in the future, remember to hit that subscribe button. Some of you might be asking why I look so glamorous on a Saturday morning on a temporary holiday site. Well, I'm just about to go and do a 14k walk. It's a loop, starts at Pateley Bridge, goes up to Brimham Rocks, one of my favourite places, and the weather's good. You can see I've got my suntan lotion in the background. I had a really early night last. I've got my nutritional picnic ready to go. A nice chocolate mousse, some dry roasted peanuts, some bananas, and a breakfast bar. Pateley Bridge is one of my favourite temporary holiday sites, or rallies, and people often ask me about rallies. I was a bit dubious to start with. My dad had always said, "Oh Jo, you need to go to a rally. It is off grid. It's with the Camping and Caravan Club." But I've got to say, they are really friendly, but at the same time, it's not about, joining in or sitting around the campfire. There are some groups that do that, but for me, it's more about how safe I feel. The fact that there is people that I can go and chat to if I want to. There's always somebody on a campsite that will have a chat. But that temporary holiday site there at Pateley Bridge, it's only a weekend. So it opened on Thursday, it closes on Monday or Tuesday. It's £12 a night. The only facilities it's got is water and an Elson point, but the views are just immense. And one thing Pateley Bridge is famous for is Kendall's pork pies. Wow, it's a steep start. Just up there in the distance is a place called Coldstone Cuts, and it's actually the quarry. But they've built a structure, and it's almost like a turret, or two turrets even. And the views up there, you can practically see what seems like the whole of Yorkshire from up there on a clear day. And there's a fab park up overnight, off-grid, free. Good for a HIIT training, this walk. Ooh, I'm glad I put my suntan cream on as well. The Nidderdale Valley gained its wealth from lead mines. And if you watch my other vlog that I did on Pateley Bridge, I'll put the link up in the top corner. I actually walked in the other direction up towards the the reservoir. I think that was, it was about a 3-hour trek. It was nice, it was just nice. And I went and found the lead mines. There's a nice little river there. It's a great little walk. Again, the good thing about Pateley Bridge is you don't have to move the van if you don't want to. There's so many places nearby for some great walks. This walk that I'm doing here today, the app that I use All Trails, suggests that it should be about 4 hours. I'm not rushing. I'm going to anticipate it might take me 5, because I'd like to have a little wander around Brimham Rocks as well. And right over there in the distance is Brimham Rocks, where I'm heading to today. Imagine living somewhere where they're the views you get to wake up to. I'm going to be careful here. I think this could be slippy. Be great to wash your shoes though in the winter. This might have to be one for next time. So I'm an hour into the walk. It says it's another hour to Brimham Rocks. But I'm quite aware that recently this kind of hiking has become quite popular and has been coined soft hiking. So it's not pushing yourself to extremes, it's just going on a nice, steady, but relatively or moderately challenging walk. So I think this is what I would class a soft hike for me. It's 14k, which I think is roughly about 8.5 miles. 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. Quite hilly in places, but plenty of places to stop off, have a minute, drink some water, have snacks, and obviously the reward in the middle of it is the Great National Trust area, Brimham Rocks. One of the great things that I love about Brimham Rocks is you just don't even know they're there. Believe it or not, they're right in front of me now, hidden in all that woodland. In between me, the rocks, is a great big valley. I just had to have 3 attempts at that last bit. Whichever route I went up, my GPS didn't seem to be following the right map, and now I found it. You go up through these lovely cool woods. Should have known really. Perfect area for a bit of a wild swim though. I can't even describe the gorgeous smell in these woods right now. I think it's all the bluebells. Nice. Spotted my first rock. Can you see it between the trees there, right in the centre? Now, believe it or not, I'm not going to be rock climbing today. The hike's enough for me. I don't want to injure myself, but you can see in the background, the good thing about Brimham Rocks is there's all the little nooks and crannies for the kids to run in and out of. And because Brimham Rocks is maintained by the National Trust, you've got a museum and a coffee and ice cream shop. Can't quite see Pateley Bridge in the background. Been an epic 2 hours, but it's been worth it. And because there's so much space up here, you can always find a nice little nook to have some time. Just have a sit down and take in the environment. Now, on a busy day at Brimham Rocks, there's absolutely no parking. It's a nightmare. I wouldn't dream of bringing my van up here because I'd need 2 parking spaces. I'm just going to go and ask if there's actually any motorhome parking. I definitely know it's no overnighter, but you've got the tourist centre, the ice cream van. That's what you pay for here, is the parking. Otherwise, if you walk in here, it's free access. And there's lots and lots of people doing rock climbing. I've just spoken to that car parking attendant. There is a motorhome over there. It looks like a 6 metre. There is a campervan as well. But like that guy just said, on a weekend, you've got no chance of getting a bigger than 6 metre motorhome. If it fits in one space, they'll fit it in. If it doesn't, try and probably come back on I'd say midweek. So, that was Brimham Rocks. Time to head back to the van, and there's part of me hoping that I've packed my swimming costume, because if I have, I know a great place for a little bit of a wild river swim this afternoon to cool down. I'm flagging a bit now. I've had some nuts and a cereal bar. I'm only about 40 minutes back to camp. It's not far now, but wow, my butt cheeks are burning. The worst bit is, that's Brimham Rocks in the background. It doesn't even look that far away. But these things are root. These things are killers. I had absolutely no idea this place was here. And I've been to Pateley Bridge quite a few times. I wonder what these are for. Got some kind of winding up crank on them. And then you've got the weir and the waterfall. And that, I believe, is Pateley Park House. And they do have a motorhome stopover, like an air, as long as you eat in the restaurant. I think they think I've got something to give them. They must be so used to people on the footpath throwing things in. I feel bad now. Well, no, I don't feel bad actually. No, I never I never feed animals that aren't mine, because you just never know. Hello, chickens. And there, in the background, is the wonderful site of the temporary holiday site. 8 miles, 14 kilometres, and I'm nearly home. Needless to say, I look a little bit warmer than I did this morning when I set off. So that's just taken me, I would say, 4.5 hours. But I did stop and sat down and had a couple of bananas and some water, just to chill for a bit really. So that was probably 15 minutes, and I've stopped a couple of times on the way as well, just on the way back. Do you know what else I love about this rally? I've got a cricket match from my deck chair. But the weather's nice, my feet are throbbing, so I'm just having a bit of chill time with a book, and I'm sure it's nearly beer o'clock. So for anybody wondering or worrying about my recovery, you don't need to. I've got my sun chair out, I'm on my temporary holiday site. Look at that in the background. Oh, I've got clothes on. Looked a bit dubious. And I'm actually, oh, you can see how close the neighbours are. That's what I do like about Pateley Bridge. And I'm watching the cricket, which I'm actually really enjoying. Or you can hear in the background the celebrations.